It's week 10 in this fantasy football season. Do you know what that means? That's right, another video for me. What's going on, everybody? I'm Dennis Farrell with your week 10 sit starts, ad drops, news, everything you need to help you maneuver through this fantasy football season. Let's start with this week's matchups where we have for week 10 Tennessee at Baltimore. That should be a good matchup. Don't look for Bishop Stanky to get going in this matchup. Baltimore shut him down, as well as any and all Tennessee Titans. Kansas City, Buffalo, Miami, Detroit. Love this matchup for Detroit. They're firing on all cylinders. They get Reggie Bush back and Calvin Johnson. Oh, it's going to be a nice one. Dallas, Jacksonville. That's over across the great big pond. San Francisco, New Orleans, Pittsburgh, the Jets. Atlanta, Tampa Bay. Remember last time we got this matchup between these two teams. Atlanta dropped over 50 points on them. It was ugly. Don't look for that one again, by the way. Denver, Oakland, St. Louis, Arizona, Giants at Seattle, Chicago, Green Bay, and your Monday night game is Carolina at Philadelphia. All right, let's talk about this week's news. A lot to get to. We'll start with the Adrian Peterson news. He's settled, which means he thinks he's eligible to play. He's aiming for a Week 11 return. But the NFL says, nay, Adrian Peterson, not so fast. A lot of people are suggesting that either Minnesota sits him out the rest of the season or you see another suspension from the NFL to hold him out the remainder of this season. He thinks he plays. We don't know. I still would use my number one waiver wire on him if he's out there in any of your leagues. It's worth a shot. It could be a great Hail Mary play if he does play Week 16 or Week 17. That might be able to help you at the end of the season. And if not, you're still a week or two away from the trade deadline. Maybe you have him as that third or fourth person to toss in on the deal to push it through. Maybe the other guy hopes they're striking gold. Other news, as I said a few seconds ago, Reggie Bush and Calvin Johnson are both back for the Detroit Lions. I am playing both of these guys. If you have them on your team, a lot of people have been dropping Reggie Bush. I would go pick him up. Charles Sims expects to get his first start of the season in Week 10. I like him a lot going forward. I'm a little hesitant on playing him this week. A lot of hurt running backs. You may be forced to. He's definitely available on all of your waiver wires. I expect between 8 to 12 touches for him. But, here's a guy that he could outplay Bobby Rainey. Rainey does have a case of the fumbles at times. And with Doug Martin, no one knows when he comes back. Nobody knows what his role will be when he does come back. I do like Charles Sims. 6 to 12, he's going to have to show a lot with those few touches. But he could definitely do it. Nick Foles should be back by the second to last game of the season. He is droppable in every and all fantasy football formats. Rashard Jennings thinks he'll play in Week 11. He should have been back probably a week or two ago, but they've held him out for a little bit of extra precaution, which is smart. So if you have him on your team waiver wires, you should be getting good news. Giovanni Bernard missed the Thursday night game as Jeremy Hill had another decent game, to say the least. But look, Giovanni Bernard, I think, will miss at least one more game, totaling 3 total games that he will be missed. You might be able to get him very cheap off the waiver wires, and I do expect a 50-50 split. So don't drop Jeremy Hill right away when Giovanni Bernard does come back, because I think Hill has played his way into some carries even with a healthy Giovanni Bernard. Monty Ball has a really good chance of playing in Week 10. We have not seen him since Week 5, and he has come out and said, hey, Ronnie Hillman is the starter on this team. But it doesn't mean Monty Ball has zero value. Denver wants this guy to be their starting running back. Ronnie Hillman does have a history of disappearing when it counts the most. So keep an eye on Monty Ball. He's been dropped in a lot of formats. I actually picked him up in my keeper league. I like it a lot. Really quick, couple waiver wire pickups that I suggest you go pick up. I feel dirty. Like after this video, I'm going to have to take a shower. But go pick up Mark Sanchez. 202 yards and 2 touchdowns coming in for injured Nick Foles. This is an offense where he can step in and just throw the ball and be successful. Ooh, I really just said go pick up Mark Sanchez. I know. I feel as dirty as you guys do just hearing that, by the way. Bobby Rainey is a really good play this week. You should pick him up if he's available on your waiver wires. Mike Evans, Tampa Bay wide receiver. Listen, Atlanta averages 23 points to wide receivers. Mike Evans is coming off a big game. He's going to have another good game against Atlanta if he's out there on your waiver wires. You definitely should think about picking him up. If you need a tight end, second video in a row, I'm going to say this. Hey, go get Mike Riviera, tight end from Oakland. He's not going to be an everyday starter. He's definitely a complete matchup play, but I do like him a lot, especially in a position that has been very depleted. And a couple guys that's safe to drop: Nick Foles, Wes Welker, Zach Stacy, and MJD. Remember, guys, you can follow me for all of your game day fantasy football news, late breaking, sits, starts, injuries, anything like that Sunday morning. I'm around. You can follow me on Twitter at Dennis77Farrell. If you have Facebook, Dennis Farrell, Farrell. Send me a friend request. It's my birthday, so you guys might as well come party with me on Facebook. The only way we know how to, because there ain't no party like a Facebook party. Yeah, I just said that anyways. As always, guys, good luck in Week 10, and Hail Hydra.